because I agree. I do think Fury is shady when it comes to boxing and
The crazy thing is, gypsies are kind of known for being shady. Am I just saying this, or like in
I don't know if you're
movies and
just
certain
saying
things
this or
like that?
not.
They kind of be making it seem like gypsies are shady.
You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
I mean, besides Chris had sent us a message with Canelo when he dodged that punch.
Oh
When they're
yeah.
that was the only thing. It was nothing major about that. I think right now is more of a publicity stunt. But I heard Canelo after he said the reason why he acted like that was the guy called him a motherfucker. So he thought he was disrespecting his mom. So that's why he acted like that.
Oh, okay.
But like it's kind of hard for me to believe that because a lot of people says motherfucker. And by this time, it don't matter where you're from, you should know what it actually mean. And it doesn't mean, your mom, I'm fucking your mom or some shit like that. It doesn't mean that. So I
Right.
think he just used that as an excuse. I think it was more of a publicity stunt so people could have more eyes on that fight. Because again, like we said, who's watching boxing now? We're watching Jake Paul. We're watching the Paul brothers. They
Yeah.
they have more energy behind the fight happening. They learned something from the money team, and guess what? They started it off with the money team. Not in the beginning, but of course, you had Nate Robinsons and other individuals that fell victim to them guys, but they learned how to manipulate the system to generate money because it's about making money. Forget if I win or lose, I could care less because I could go 0 in 10, but if I'm able to have millions and millions of dollars, I still have my sense. I'm not like some of these boxers that take a lot of shots to the head and can't even enjoy the money that they actually generated in their boxing career. They're doing it the smart way. And the smart way is making this money, making it fast, and people gonna buy it. Those people gonna criticize. Some people gonna love it. Some people gonna criticize, but you still bought it. It doesn't matter. And I'm still, pocketing and this money. So for me, I think it was a publicity stunt. I'm still not gonna watch the fight. I'm pretty sure you and Chris probably watch it, but I'm not gonna watch it. I'll look at the highlights, and call it a day, or I'll probably catch it on YouTube the next day because I'm not staying up for none of these boxing fights nowadays. It's not worth it for me, especially now I got the newborn. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
when I need to, whenever you can catch some sleep, you catch it.
But what, what's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
but what's up with Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury? That's like in a week and a half. That's like in I
I
think
was
like two
just gonna
weeks. So
ask
it's like
about that
October
too.
9th. So what you talking about? Come on.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I hear what you're talking about, but I would have saved that for the next week's podcast. Ain't no point
Hey,
speaking on it now.
and check this out. There was just like I guess there's some video going around of like Tyson Fury's old fight. I think it's from like 2015, where in right before the fight started or whatever the fuck. I guess the fucking ref kind of caught his glove and it was like tampered with. It had like a little cut in the thumb area, like you know what I mean, a little slit, like they had cut it.
What does that have
So
to do?
I'm just saying, people now people are saying like, yo, look, he's a known
Cheater.
cheat. So
Hey, I
like,
showed y'all the video. Remember, I showed y'all the
hey,
video of.
everybody's seen the video going around. The people who love Deontay are saying, "Yo, that shit's real. Look at that. Look at his glove. That shit is floppy." And then the other people who like Tyson Fury, they're like, "Hey, sometimes gloves look funny in the middle of fights." Hey, I don't know, but yo, that fight's going down October 9th, man. That's what, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
it's in 2 weeks. Right now, they're not even they're promoting it, but they're not even promoting it like that yet. I think you'll see a lot more promotions of the fight in the next week, maybe week and a half,
Yeah.
because they know that their people attention span for boxing right now is real slim. Of course, I do think Tyson Fury is a cheater. You seen what you seen about the slit. We all seen what he did the last fight, and you're running away from the fight. Like come on, man. If I'm the champion and and Marcus is the defender, and he see me that I'm trying to cancel the fight, I'm trying to find somebody else. That mean that you knew that you cheated probably, and you would have lost, or you're scared of me. One or the other.
So what you think is gonna happen in this fight then? If you think Tyson Fury actually cheated, and this time they gonna be in that locker room, they gonna make sure they're not fucking with them gloves. What you think is gonna happen?
I think the same thing that happened the first fight. Deontay Wilder is going to win. I still think it's going to be a close fight because I think that Tyson Fury have a lot of more fundamentals when it comes to boxing than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder more be trying to knock you out rather than really fight, like doing the jabs like he's supposed to and like winning the rounds. Like most boxers do. He's going to be like Tyson and trying to just knock him out. Hopefully that's not his downfall where he try to knock him out and he leave himself open to get knocked out, because and please do not wear that big ass outfit so we can have some type of, the reason why I lost because my legs was weak because of this, that, and the other. I don't want to hear that. Come out like Mike Tyson, cut up towel and do your thing in the ring.
Yeah. All right. First off, I want to talk about the Canelo thing. I think it was a publicity stunt, and I think it was real for some reason, because I feel like that reason that he gave sounds legitimate for some reason, because a lot of things do get misinterpreted. And for some reason, I think he does or did feel some kind of way by what the other dude said. And the shove, I think he did it in that moment, thinking in his head, like, oh, this is going to bring more dollars to this fight or watchers to this fight. So I think it's a little bit of both. And the fact that the dude came back and, Canelo moved in the matrix he was moving in the matrix because like, it was fast. You kind of knew it was coming the way he walked up all slow on him. But he had quick hands and Canelo even quicker to get away from that that punch. Because I'm just like, wow, he definitely, like Chris was saying in the text, like he learned from Mayweather, because you to dodge that punch in that moment that fast. I mean, wow, that was really impressive. So I think it was a little bit of both. Now, when it comes to this Tyson Fury fight and Wilder, I don't know, bro. I really don't know what's going to happen in this fight, because I agree. I do think Fury is shady when it comes to boxing. And
the crazy thing is Gypsies are kind of known for being shady. Am I just saying this, or like I
don't know if you're just saying
things like that? They kind of be making it seem like Gypsies are shady. Like, I don't know, but when I went to France, they told me do not trust the Gypsies because they're thieves and this, that, and I seen it, and I seen they was ripping people off though.
Yeah, truthfully, I think it's actually a derogatory term supposedly now. Like nowadays, really? If you call somebody a gypsy, that's not like the PC way. Like people still say it, and there's even fucking tea that we have over here that are called gypsy lemon tea or whatever the fuck. But hey, it's almost like you call yourself the baddest N-word on the planet, and some people say, oh, you can't say that word. I guess certain people can't say gypsy, but since he's a gypsy, he says, I'm King Gypsy out this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
He's the King Gypsy, so that's the only reason why I called him that. I would have had never known his background. I just would have known he was a boxer. But since he's the king, the Gypsy King, coming out on his throne, and you seeing the video that I seen and Marcus seeing that, and then you also seeing him, getting caught having a slit in his gloves, it kind of goes with what they're kind of saying about gypsies. So that's the only reason I'm saying that.
I feel you. Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna call him the Gypsy King. He's the Gypsy King.
But in this fight, I think it's gonna be, since I'm torn on who's gonna win, I think it's gonna be a draw. I think they're gonna end up fighting to the end, and to give some intrigue for even another fight. I don't even know what you call that. If this is the trilogy, what do you call it? A quadrilogy? I don't know what you even call it. Just to give some intrigue to that. I think it'll be a draw. I feel like they're just gonna, grind it out. We're gonna hope, that there's gonna be a knockout, or they're gonna be that, like, the fights are gonna be as great as the first. Well, the first one wasn't, as good as the second one. I think the second one, was kind of a classic type of fight that everybody remembers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's gonna live up to that kind of hype. That usually doesn't happen in boxing. Usually, when you have like a good fight, you usually don't have the greatness of the fight happen a second time like that, unless it was Hearns and Hagler. I think was still two good fights back to back, and then Frazier Ali. If you ever want to watch an old fight, watch Frazier Ali, bro. Like, I watched that, and I felt like it was like a fight that was happening right now. That's how good it was.
That's kind of basically what kind of, I think, made Ali get so messed up like that. The Frazier Ali fights and the George Foreman fights.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like messed him up mentally.
Yeah, he said he was close to death. I think in the Rumble, was it the Rumble in the Jungle? Was that?
Yeah,
was
that's another great fight to watch too. If you ever get a chance,
he said he was close to death.
That fight is just a great fight to watch, because they're heavyweights, but they moving fast, like they moving around, like. And this was old Foreman too. This wasn't like fat Foreman,
Big young in his prime Foreman.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fight that doesn't live up to hype, because a lot of fights just don't live up to that type of hype of the previous fights.
The Mexican fights do. They always give you a good show.
Oh yeah, of course. They always get good fights. But yeah, that's how I think it's going to end up. But we'll have more time to talk about that. The only other sports news I seen this week, though,